Hey, what's up, Retro Pimps? Just showing you my top 5 Atari Jaguar games. Over there we've got Mr. Buzzsaw, my retro gaming buddy, on top of the Atari Jaguar, hanging out. And that background music is from Tempest 2000. So that's playing right there. Now, you knew I had to bring out my top 5 for Jaguar. I mean, that's almost mandatory. So, anyways, that's my system right there. Absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's so sleek. It's so spaceship looking. So cool. The wonderful controller right there as well, which is just perfect for these type of games with the number pad below it and the overlays. Absolutely love it. And right there, my Jaguar 64-bit power kit. So everything is there. I remember seeing these in the stores back in the day all over the place with those piercing eyes just looking at me, just begging for me to pick up a Jaguar. Anyways, I'll start this with an honorable mention. So it's a top 5 with one honorable mention. I have here Skyhammer. Now, Skyhammer was a game that Atari developed and was basically done when the Atari Jaguar went belly up. And it was a finished game, but unfortunately it didn't come out during the lifespan, but it did shortly after. It was published later on. I believe Songbird Productions and as well as Rebellion put together the final pieces and actually sold it. And here is a copy. It's a brand new copy I bought. And it's absolutely awesome. What I like about it, it's a 3D shooter basically. You're in a spaceship. It's got really cool music, this dystopian Blade Runner type world. I absolutely love the music. It's so cool. It's just fun to explore, and it really shows you what the Jaguar was capable of. I mean, this machine from the early 90s was doing 3D really good and really well in this game. So if we would have had, you know, Atari Jaguar would have had a little bit more success. I mean, we could have had, you know, a lot more games like along this, or along, you know, this type of theme, and it would have been amazing. I know they were working on a one game that was I guess from the Atari Lynx. They had this one game that was, I don't remember the name on the top of my head, but it was a kind of like a dystopian car shooter type game. So that would have been awesome as well. It's even displayed on the back of some Jaguar boxes. So anyways, honorable mention number, well, no number, but just honorable mention is Skyhammer. Now into my top 5. Number 5. I mean, look at that box art on Missile Command 3D. I mean, anything with box art like that must be cool. I mean, doesn't that just scream just early 90s? It's just totally awesome. I mean, look at that. Kind of looks like Mr. Buzzsaw, doesn't it? Yeah, maybe they got that idea from him. Anyways, Missile Command 3D. This was the one game, you know how most of the games are, they have a 2000 after it, like Tempest 2000, etc. This one was supposed to be used with the Atari virtual reality glasses, which of course never came out as well. But yeah, that's why it's called Missile Command 3D. It actually has 3 games inside. The original Missile Command from back in the day, or a pretty similar version of it, I should say. And then 2 newer versions. And the newest version is the best, obviously. It's got these dragons going around. It's got these eels going around. You're defending your base. You can swap between, you know, different gun turrets to defend your base. And it's just a really cool take on an old Atari property. I think they did a really good job of it. You know, it's not talked about too much, this game. I see a lot of people talk about other ones, but Missile Command 3D, I love this game. You know, unfortunately, like all the other Jaguar games, it's on the pricey side. And you can see all of mine are CIB, complete in box. That's the way I collect Jaguar. That's the way I want to keep it. But yeah, absolutely fun, absolutely super interesting. You know, a great game. Just gets more and more difficult as you go, obviously. Tempest 2000. Now this game is obviously playing in the background as well. It's got that cool music. Originally this game, I mean, I didn't buy it early on. I bought it later on. I mean, Tempest 2000. I mean, look at that box art again. I mean, these two right here. I mean, I think they probably have the best box art of all of Atari Jaguar games. Just completely awesome, totally cool. I mean, just screams that, you know, early 90s, you know, Jaguar, you know, just the wild Jaguar that they wanted to be, right? With their 64 bits. But anyways, the music in here is really what sells it, I think. It's a fun game. It's really cool. It's kind of got simplistic graphics. I mean, you know, for the game, but it's you know, based on the original Tempest game, and it's just an updated version. But it's actually a lot of fun. It's simple, but it's a ton of fun. The music that's the point. That's the main thing right there. I think is the music. It's got just really cool music. It's stuff you didn't hear back then, you know? Back then it was kind of like an early, like a, you know, techno type music. And because of that, that's, you know, number 4 on my list is Tempest 2000. My copy right there is a little ratty, a little beat up, but, you know, it's my copy. Absolutely love it. And number 3, Wolfenstein 3D. Now this I played on PC just endlessly, over and over and over again. I kept playing it, kept playing it, kept playing it. I mean, so for me, it's a PC game. It ran really good on my computer at the time because the requirements were low versus Doom. But I have to say that the absolute best version of this game is the Atari Jaguar version. I mean, this is far superior. I know it came to Super Nintendo and a couple other platforms as well, but it runs really badly. It's just not that great. And on Atari Jaguar, it's completely awesome. It's uncensored. It's the raw game. Really cool. You know, lots of action, lots of fun. You know, I highly recommend, you know, Wolfenstein 3D. It's one of those, you know, PC ports, one of those shooters that, you know, first-person shooters that the Atari Jaguar is known for. You know, this alone would be a system seller. Just this Wolfenstein 3D is such a great version. And I've had so much fun with it, and it fits really good in the Atari Jaguar controller as well. So can't miss this one. My number 3 pick, Wolfenstein 3D. Number 2. Now you knew Doom had to be here, right? This is absolutely one of the best versions of Doom out there. I love the Doom port on the Jaguar. You know, so much fun. I can endlessly talk about Doom and Doom Guy and the story right there. It's just so much fun. You know, back in the day, you know, my PC wouldn't run Doom, so it took me a long time to actually get Doom, you know, up and running. And after playing all these ports, you know, that's my favorite one right there. It's just, I absolutely love the Doom on the Atari Jaguar. I believe it's the one that was originally ported over by John Carmichael, I believe is his name. And it's just a fantastic port. Absolutely wonderful. No complaints whatsoever. So I think it's perfect. Alien versus Predator, my number 1 pick for the Atari Jaguar. This probably comes to no surprise. I mean, this is the exclusive system seller for the Atari Jaguar back in the day. I mean, look at that box art too. I always liked that too. I mean, it looks totally awesome. Just really cool box art. Such a fun game as well. And it's gory. You know, you get to choose from, you know, the alien, the predator, the marine. It's like a survival horror type theme. Really cool. And you got to imagine this coming out in the early 90s. I mean, we're just getting off of like, you know, Super Mario Brothers and stuff like that. So this was absolutely wonderful. I mean, this is something you just did not see. So absolutely loved it. Anyways, I'll pan out right here. Looks like Mr. Buzzsaw just hanged out right there, chilling out on the Jaguar today. No need to run anywhere, no need to rush. Well, anyways, this is not my top 5 and an honorable mention. And to be honest, it was difficult to pick this top 5. I mean, I have a small Atari Jaguar collection to begin with, and the ones I have are just, you know, they're the best of the best in my opinion. So I only have 10 games. It's 6 right here. You know, I have the best of the best. It was hard to pick these games, quite difficult. So, but I think it's, you know, due time to do a top 5 for the Atari Jaguar. You know, this beloved system that, you know, back in the day, I saw this marketing over and over again. I saw the commercials over and over again. and it's just so cool. You know, too bad it didn't last just a little bit longer. You know, their current library is only 50 games, I believe, right around that number as far as the official releases. If they would have lasted a couple years longer, or a couple other of those games would have come out, like, oh, that what I was talking about, like Battle Wheels, I think it was. I think that's the one I was talking about earlier. That was from the Lynx. That would have come out on Jaguar. Skyhammer would have come out. I mean, Jaguar possibly could have had a fighting chance, or at least a better fighting chance against, you know, Sony and Nintendo and Sega at the time. But anyways, it's a time capsule in history. You know, happy to be a part of it. And this is my top 5 with one honorable mention. And there is Mr. Buzzsaw signing out. Oh, by the way, please mention down below, please comment below what your top games are for Atari Jaguar. What your top 5 is, or maybe what your #1 game is. Maybe there's something I missed. Is there another game out there that's really awesome that you think that should be mentioned? Yeah, please comment below. I appreciate all the wonderful comments you guys have. And please like and subscribe and share, and you know, hopefully I can grow the channel a little bit more and have some more you know, retro fun with you guys and my buddy Mr. Buzzsaw right there. Mr. Buzzsaw signing out. Have a wonderful day.